This afternoon's fifth session is presented by Frank Houghton Brown. His career hunting hounds is the stuff of legend. He hunted both the Middleton and the Tynedale hounds in Yorkshire during a golden period for both packs. He has judged hounds all over the world and will speak about the art and science of venery. Frank is now a hunting correspondent for Horse and Hunt magazine and will be covering the One Nation conference for the same.
Thank you. Unlike our previous speakers, I have a slightly more positive note on what I'm about to say. I'm a practitioner, a hunting practitioner, and a hunting journalist. I've been a huntsman myself, huntsman of foxhounds and beagles for the last 25 years, and I've traveled all around the world hunting. I've been a duck shooting guide in Argentina. I've worked on game fishing boats in the Barrier Reef and the Caribbean. I've hunted hounds in Canada and North America, and I've given hounds to packs of hounds all over the world. Hunting is a brotherhood, and of which everyone who is involved is a member. Now, a friend of mine, Ben Hardaway, an American fox hunter, he was a interesting man, a war hero, a businessman who'd crossed the paths of many people in his life, but his autobiography was called Never Outfoxed. And this is an example of how hunting gets into your very soul, because whatever else you do in your life, if you're a hunting person, it grips you. It takes a hold of you. And Jorrocks, who's the hero of our author from our society, the Robert Smith Surtees Society, he always said, "Tell me a man's a fox hunter, and I loves him at once." Venery is the art of hunting. Hunting isn't a science. Hunting is an art form. And we can talk about it forever. Robert Burton, who surveyed the court of James I, a famous English monarch who was a fanatical huntsman, he said, "Hunting is the sole and ordinary sport of all British noblemen. 'Tis all they study, their exercise, their ordinary business, all their talk, and indeed, they dote too much on it. They can do nothing else and talk of nothing else. And if you are a hunting person, I'm afraid that's what your wife has to put up with, because it grips you." The nuances are limitless, and as a huntsman myself, venery's been all-consuming in my life. I was lucky enough to go to an English public school where they had their own pack of beagles. And I was given by the master, who was our kennel huntsman. He looked after the hounds, the pack of hounds for the school. I was given 4 prints. They were prints of some original paintings by someone called Tim Ivester Lloyd, and they sit above my desk now on the wall, and they depict 4 different scenes on a day's hunting, beagling. The first one is a pack of beagles across an open field, and a hare is jumping up in front of them. And the caption underneath is, "The first essential towards sport." This is the find, basically. It's the find, and whatever pack of hounds you're doing, the first thing you need to do is to find the quarry. The second print is a pack of hounds racing, the same pack of beagles racing across the countryside. Their hare's long gone, but they're speaking and flying across. You can imagine the music they'll be giving out, and the caption is, "Faster than the judge might choose to run." This is what we all strive for, all us huntsmen, and it doesn't always happen, but it's the perfect end result. The third of the 4 prints is the hounds puzzling out the line of the hare. They've lost it, and they're trying to regather it. And the caption is, "Patience is an invaluable virtue." The check. Now, this is probably the most problematic part of a hunt, and the time where the hounds and the huntsman earns his corn. And the fourth is the kill, with the caption, "That excellence which is so much desired." If you're a huntsman, you don't shy away from the fact that that's what we want to do. We want to catch the quarry. Fox, hare, or stag. And this is the perfect result at the end of a hunt. All through my hunting career, I've held these 4 prints up as the way everyone should learn about hunting. Because venery, the art of hunting, isn't hunting as the world knows it, shooting, duck shooting, shooting a stag. It's a pack of, as we in England, who think we invented it, but we didn't, it's a pack of hounds hunting their quarry. And to search for that quarry is the first part of it. Now, there's so many practices in the quest for your quarry, the quest for the hare with your pack of beagles, the fox with your pack of hounds, or the stag with your stag hounds. It's an art form in itself. In the UK, the stag hounds have a harbourer. They have a man who knows where all the stags on the moor live. And he goes out and finds the correct stag to be hunted the next day. The weakest, the one with perhaps one antler that's not quite as straight as the other one, the one that's a little bit lame, the one that needs culling. And he will report back to the huntsman in the morning where this stag is lying so they can go and search for it. In fox hunting, we have to look for the fox in a specific place, in a wood, in a field of turnips, in a bracken bed, in a marsh. And the hounds have to quest for it. And the huntsman has to make them do it with his voice, with his horn, with his skill, with that interminable link that he has with them, with his hounds, called the golden thread. In gardening terminology, a gardener has green fingers. In hunting terminology, a huntsman has the golden thread. It's that link between him and his hounds which makes them work for him. It's something that you can't put your finger on. That's why it's not an exact sport. That's what makes it so special to all those who practice it. And that's what makes a huntsman in such a lucky position. Now, there's a wide range of different types of hounds in the UK, hounds which hunt different types of country. In the hills of the fells, the foxhounds are hunted on people's feet, and the hounds have no help from their huntsmen because they get away on the hillside. The hounds are longer in the leg, more athletic, more independent, and are often used as an outcross by other packs in the south of England to add energy and hybrid vigor to the hounds. There's Old English hounds in the centre, which are hunted predominantly in the centre of the UK, where there's small fields and enclosures where the hounds have to force their way through hedges in pursuit of the fox. We've imported American hounds. Many hunts have. In America, they hunt in tremendous heat and the dry land. And their scenting abilities and their voices, their deep voices, have added immensely to the style in which we can hunt. And in dry conditions, they've given our hounds an extra edge. We've given hounds to the Americans. We've given hounds to all over the world and added to their gene pool. Our stud book goes back 200 years, and in itself, it's a whole science in itself, studying the breeding. Just like breeding a racehorse or breeding a pedigree animal of any description, it's something which we spend hours poring over. It's a great delight to all those who hunt hounds to breed their own hounds. And then to see the progeny of their offspring and to be able to know their fathers and grandfathers and mothers and grandmothers, what they did, and to see the same characteristics coming out in their offspring. Now, the second print, when the hounds are racing across the countryside, now that's what we all hope to get. That's what we all love. And in a fox hunting, that's when we have our fun. That's when we can, the extra dimension comes in, which is horsemanship. Controlling a pack of hounds and riding a horse and then jumping fences adds a harouche of the chase. The old-fashioned pictures of hunting that adorn walls of stately homes are depicting this very scene. And they add a whole other dimension to what a huntsman has to deal with. Most hunts employ a countryman, someone who has to keep the land open so that we can ride across it, put in jumps, build bridges, put in gateways, perhaps take down wire, move stock, so that we have access to the countryside. Agricultural knowledge has to be completely full across the country which we hunt. We have to know the farmers, we have to know the crops, the livestock situation. It's a full-time job, arranging hunting, but it's a labor of love. But when the hounds check, the third print that hangs above my desk, that's when our skill really comes to the fore. In a hunt, there are dozens of checks which we never notice. The hounds go off the line, circle around and hit it again, and off they go. And the huntsman doesn't have to do anything. But occasionally those checks last longer, and then we do have to intervene, and that's when patience, as per the caption, patience comes into it. It was an old adage that a huntsman used to, when they checked, he would stop, light a cigarette, and wait for the hounds to cast and give them the opportunity to regain the line before he intervened with his horn or his voice and took them where he thought the fox had gone. In old literature, there's even diagrams of how you should cast your hounds. It's often something that you can't really explain, how you know where the fox has gone, but the hounds give you an indication. It's called fox sense. It's a trait which has been bred into hounds over hundreds of years and allows them to work it out for themselves, a special intelligence for an animal bred specially for the chase. Tom Smith's cast, That's round your hat, and hopefully you hit the line off. And of course, the kill, something we maybe fight shy of. The hounds certainly don't. They want it. And without the kill, the hounds lose the drive, the incentive to go hunting. It's a wonderful thing being a huntsman. And Jorrocks once said, "It isn't that I love the fox less, but I love the hounds more." Now, everyone else has spoken in a very negative fashion about hunting in the UK, but I promise you, there's still a lot of wonderful sport to be had. Please come and share it with us.